Check this out. This is a full competitive research report on a real SaaS market. You can see. And this is the landing page that I built from that research live on a real domain with a working demo booking flow. And this is watching my competitors right now. Like every pricing change, every feature launch, every new hire they make, it shows up here automatically. And I did all three of these things inside one platform, one project in like just 15 minutes. But the thing is, most people open an AI website builder, type like make me a landing page and hit enter. That's like backwards engineering. You're building before you even know what the market wants. That's not really engineering. That's like you're guessing something. So today I'm flipping the order. I'm going to research the market first and build the product's website from what the research actually tells me, launch it, and then set up an AI that watches my competitors 24/7 so I never get blindsided. So the whole thing runs on Rocket.new, and this video is also sponsored by them. So let's test this platform before putting it in front of you. And yeah, if you're tired of all the no code and 100k MRR hype on YouTube and actually want to learn applied AI engineering, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. Okay, so first, what we are actually building. So I talk to a lot of agency owners on this channel, and there's one problem that comes up again and again, that is quoting new client work. A client sends a messy brief, then someone senior has to sit down and break it into phases, estimate hours, price it, write the proposal. That really take days, and in that time two things happen. Either you lose the deal to whoever quoted first, or you scope it wrong and lose margin on the project itself. So a product is called Quotably. It is an AI that takes a messy client brief and turns it into a scoped priced proposal in like minutes. And like that's the idea. But I'm not going to build anything yet. I'm not gonna open Claude or ChatGPT first. First, I want to know if this market is even worth entering, like who's already in it and where the gaps are, these kind of things. So here in the browser, I'll type rocket.new. Okay, here I'm inside this platform. It's called Rocket.new. So you have to sign in first. I've already signed in and already got the booster plan because it's very good platform. You'll get free credits to try this out. First thing, here in the left sidebar, there are multiple options. I'm clicking on this project option. So projects is very similar to GPTs in ChatGPT. I'll create a new project. I'll just name it Quotably. I'll add it a description and create. Okay. Now this project is basically the container for everything, like my research, my build, my files, everything lives here. It's like Claude projects. Before I create a single task, I am giving this project context. I have written all the full specification document in Notion here, like the product idea, the target customer, the pricing tiers, the competitors, the positioning angles I want to test, even the objections customers will have. I'll link this document structure in the description below. You can seal it. I'll just give this document here, and that's it. So Rocket.new reads the whole document, and now every single task that I create inside this project already knows about like everything about my product. So I don't have to re-explain myself every time. And this is basically shared context for every AI task. You just have to set it up once and everything downstream gets smarter. Now the research, I'm creating a solve task inside this project. Solve is basically Rocket.new's new deep research engine. It doesn't just answer from training data, it actually goes out, research, and builds a report with resources. So here's my prompt. You can grab all these prompts in my description below. I'll just paste this prompt and I'll hit enter. And look at this, it's analyzing. It's not like one AI doing one search, it's breaking my question into multiple research streams and running agents in parallel. So you can like see each stream here, what it's researching, which tools it's using, what it found. This is actually happening in real time. Okay, so the report is done. See, it has actually created the entire GTM blueprint and it's very long. You can see. Here, the executive summary, like the key findings in a few sentences. Then there's this detailed analysis. Look at this. A full competitive table, Proposify, PandaDoc, better proposals, what each one does well, their pricings and the gaps. And here's the insight that actually matters. All of these tools help you format and send a proposal, but none of them actually do the scoping and pricing thinking for you. So you still price the work yourself from your gut, and that's the gap, and that's exactly what Quotably sits. Uh, Then there's supporting data, recommendations, and this one is important. It's called sources. It shows you where everything came from, like there's no hallucinated stats here. Now watch this. I don't need to rerun anything. I'll just ask a follow-up in the same chat. I'll just paste this prompt. I'm just asking it to give me 3 positioning angles for my hero section. And you can see it patches the report. It doesn't regenerate the whole thing. It just adds exactly what I asked for. So now I have 3 positioning angles backed by actual market research like speed, margin, protection, consistency. And based on the data, the strongest one is the pricing angle. Like agencies are bleeding margin because they swapped out their gut feeling. One more thing before we build, the same report can become a slide deck, a document, or a PRD straight from this chat. So the same research works for your team, your investors, whoever. Let me ask it to generate a PRD real quick. A PRD is basically a product requirement document we created before creating any product or any website. Okay, here's the PRD that it generated. Now we build and notice the difference. I'm not walking in blind. I know the market, I know the gap, I know my angle, my PRD. Creating a build task here in the same project. It already has my Notion document, a PRD, and the research as my context. I'll just paste this build prompt. You can get it in the description below. Hit enter and just let it build. It's gonna be creating real Next.js and TypeScript code, by the way. Okay, it's done. It has like 2 very minute hydration errors. Let me click and fix it. Okay, let it fix the errors. Alright, the errors are fixed. Let's look at the preview on the full screen now. I'm not going to look at this like a builder admiring his own website. I'm going to look at that as a visitor with like 5 seconds of attention. Meaning I'm gonna ask like, does this hero explain the offer in 5 seconds? Or is a CTA above the fold or clear? Or does this section order actually build an argument, or is it like stacked blocks? And mobile, let me check the mobile responsiveness. Okay, it's a solid first pass. But first pass is actually never the final product. Anyone who tells you that this AI can like one-shot a production site is basically lying to you. So now we are going to tighten it. And this is my favorite part of Rocket.new, honestly. For small changes, you don't write a big paragraph prompts. You just use these commands. I'll type slash and look at this menu. These are the screen aware shortcuts. It knows what page I'm on. You can see. First, the hero headline is decent, but it could be better. So I'll run slash update command and tighten the hero headline to 6 words maximum potentially. Okay, let me reload now. See, it only touched the headline, nothing else moved. Next, the research said that agencies respond to pain point framing. So I'll type slash add element. Uh, Add a build for agencies section with the 3 panes we remove, slow quotes. Okay. Cool. Okay, next is SEO, because a landing page that nobody able to find is actually useless. So here I pasted this prompt with the slash command to improve the SEO. It will like improve the current SEO automatically. And now if I want to log a change to one specific file, task, or connector, I'll use the @ command. I'll just type @ and select the hero section. And I'll just type make the primary CTA button larger and sticky so it stays visible on scroll. Okay. The benefit of this is it will only change one file, so the other files is safe from any changes. I also found something called this visual edit for editing really quick stuff. Here in the top, I'll click edit, this edit button, and then visual edits. And now I can literally click any element on this page. You can see I'll click on the subheadline, a toolbar pops up, and I can either change the styles directly or just describe what I want in this ask me field. So make this sharper and more benefit driven under 8 words. Applies. You can see it applies to just that one element. Okay, so last thing is themes. So here in this edits button, click themes. So instead of restyling section by section, I can open the themes panel and change the entire site from like one place. I can switch the accent colors, updating the font, one save. then the whole website updates consistently. And like that's the difference between prompting and directing. I'm not like begging an AI to guess, I'm actually making precise moves. So let's go for the shipping it or the deployment. And before I deploy, one habit you should steal is versioning. Every message in Rocket.new autosaves a version, but I'm labeling this one, it's called pre-launch version 1. So now if I ever mess something up later, I can roll the entire project back to this exact state in like one click. And check this code diff. Side by side, you can see every file that changed, green for added, red for removed. So I always know what exactly the AI touched, and this is how you keep control over it. So now another topic, it's connectors. Like check here in the connectors, I'll search Calendly and I'll connect it in like one click, you can see. So now my whole conversion goal is demo booking. So I'm connecting Calendly, my own Calendly, to this book a 15 minute demo button. Just prompt it to just connect my Calendly to this button and I'll just let it complete. Okay, now clicking it opens a real booking flow. You can see this one. It's opening my Calendly. Uh, Okay, that's nice. So another connector I want to show is it's called Resend for confirmation email after someone books. So these are very small thing, but that's a difference between a demo site and a functioning funnel. So the landing page of this product is done. The research, the PRD, everything is done. I'll just click on this launch button on the top right navbar. Staging first. I'll choose Rocket hosted domain. Next, and I'll wait for some time and I'll get a live URL for testing. So this one, I can also connect my own domain here, and anything that I change later, I hit this update button and pushes to the same link. Everything looks good. So production, and here I can connect a custom domain. You can see search for a new one right inside this one platform. And once it's live, there's an analytics platform. It will show your visits, it will show you session duration, bounce rate, traffic sources. Because launching is not the finishing line, it's like where the data actually starts. So yeah, that's it. Researched, built, polished, and live. But we are not done yet because this is the part that everyone skips. And I'll tell you an uncomfortable truth about launching anything. The day that you go live, your competitors don't stop moving. That's what this intelligence feature is for in this Rocket.new platform. And this took me like 60 seconds to just set up. So just watch. I'll click this intelligence in this left sidebar. I'll give it a test business URL. Founder, OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, follow. Okay, note that this isn't inside the project. It runs continuously at a platform level in the background all the time. So I'll go to discover. Let me add Versal as an example as a new entity. And okay, let me click Versal here on the left. And you can see what's happening here. You can see what any company actually tracks, like this 9 pillars per company, the website, the copy, the pricing pages, social media, news coverage, the GTM, the ads, partnership, SEO traffic, everything like this open roles, executive moves. Not just they posted something, but the full picture of where the company is actually headed. So let's just zoom out on what actually happened. One project, I started with a real idea. I researched the market before touching the builder and let that data pick up my positioning. I generated this site from what the research actually told me to build. Real next day's code, not just a template. I also polished it with searchable commands instead of just prompt and pray. I versioned it, wired up Calendly, and resent it functions as a real business and shipped it to production. And now intelligence is watching every competitor move automatically while I sleep. So researched, build, monitor, and that's a system, not just a website. And that's a lesson here. Most people fail with AI tools because they start at the build step. The build was maybe 20% of what we did today, but the research before and the monitoring after, that's what separates a real product from another dead vibe coding landing page. And yeah, if you want to try this workflow yourself, go to Rocket.new. The link is in the description. It is an amazing platform. You can build, you can solve, you can use the intelligence features. It's all in there. My full spec document and every prompt from this video are in the description below. And yeah, if you're an agency owner or founder and want AI systems like this built for your business, my Calendly is below. And hit subscribe for more applied AI engineering videos like this. And I'm Samir. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.